Microsoft just had their Xbox Game Showcase event on what was July 23rd, 2020. At this point, it seems like the two competitors, Microsoft and Sony, have laid most of their cards onto the table for next gen, other than primarily the price and some more specifics on the consoles themselves. Xbox really needed a strong showing here after their semi-disastrous showing during their May event. A lot of people roasted them for that event, but I for one didn't think it was quite that bad. Xbox before the event had said it was only supposed to be a third-party showing, so I'm not quite sure what people were expecting from it, but overall I thought it was a pretty decent showing. Additionally, Sony had a really strong showing during their June event, so I do think it was pretty paramount that Microsoft have a strong showing with this showcase and really give people a reason to purchase an Xbox. Anyways, as for my thoughts on this showcase, wait until the end of the video and I'll tell you what I thought and what in my opinion it might do for Xbox. But until then, seeing as how Xbox touted this as a games-heavy event, I bring to you my top 10 games I took away from Xbox's July showcase. Number 10. Stalker II. Now there really isn't much known about this game yet, but apparently the first game was quite popular on PC. It looks to be developed by a company called Game World, and the vibes I'm getting from looking at the trailer, it looks kind of Metro-y, so I'm expecting some sort of shooter based in a post-apocalyptic world. It's also nice to see this game officially announced, because apparently it's had a history of its development being started and stopped, but with this announcement, hopefully this means people that love that series will finally get their next game. And honestly, you can't have enough shooters on Xbox, so I'm happy to welcome another one. Number 9. The Gunk. This game was made by Image Informed Games, and definitely looks like it takes some inspiration from Luigi's Mansion and Super Mario Sunshine, having its character clear off Gunk off of what looks to be an alien planet, revealing its beautiful nature. All the main character was missing for me was a little green hat, and I would have been perfectly happy with it. Xbox the last few years has been in short supply of new IPs, so anytime a new IP is introduced, I'm always super happy. Number 8. Everwild. Now this game in my opinion should be much lower on my list, but it's way up here because this game has already been introduced and this is the second time we're seeing it. So for me personally, this is the time I need to start seeing some gameplay or learning exactly what this game is about. Other than that mild criticism, this game looks beautiful and I'm definitely excited for it. I feel like you need to start seeing more of it. Number 7. Grounded. Next up is Obsidian's Grounded. It's a survival game that has building mechanics. It looks very similar to a game like Ark. Now, to be honest, I haven't really gotten into any of these big major survival games that have building, but who knows, maybe this one will be the one to get me into it. I definitely like the whole Honey, I Shrunk the Kids type feel, so who knows what the future holds. Number 6. Fable. It's about time. We're finally getting a new Fable game and it's made by Playground Games. Now this new Fable game does have a new developer, so who knows how it'll compare to the original Fable games. But people acting like the original ones were all perfect are lying to themselves, because Fable 3 was not that great. Now again, this was a very short teaser, so it's not like there was that much to draw from it, but What's most important is that it definitely seems like that good old British humor is still there, so hopefully they definitely look back at the originals and definitely try and bring back that magic to this one. Number 5. The Outer Worlds: Peril on Gorgon. So yes, The Outer Worlds is an already existing game, but Obsidian did such a great job with it that any DLC announced for it makes me super excited. Honestly, it was one of my favorite games of 2019, other than DMC5 or Control. So any excuse for me to go back into that world is most definitely worth it. Number 4. Psychonauts II. Double fine sequel to the original Psychonauts. I thoroughly enjoyed playing the original way back in the days, and from everything I've seen from this game, it looks basically just like the original, so I'm not too worried about Tim Schafer ruining his next game. Just more platforming, puzzles, and weird stuff, which is definitely what we get from this gameplay trailer, including Jack Black. Number 3. Halo Infinite. Now some of you might be surprised to see Halo Infinite down here at number 3, but to me honestly it's a good thing that it's at least in the top 3, and I was actually very happy with what was shown. I was pretty relieved to see that many aspects of the original series is definitely being brought over to this one. For the most part, it looks like they're moving away from the art style of Halo 4 and 5. I don't really like how those games looked, to be honest. It was too, I don't know, oddly futuristic, too much orange, I don't know, it was just kind of funky. Shooting looks good, and driving the Warthog around seems as fun as always. So I'm definitely still hyped as hell for this game, but the one thing I will say that is probably the reason why it's down here at 3 is that I still feel like they didn't quite show as much as I thought they would. But it was definitely enough for you to at least look and say, yep, definitely looks and feels like a Halo game, which is honestly all I want as a Halo fan. Number 2. The Medium. Got another look at Bloober Team's The Medium, which honestly is one of my most anticipated games from Microsoft. Now I've already talked about this game in another video, but this game has the composer of the original Silent Hill series, and they announced it utilizes some sort of dual realities mechanics where you can go back and forth between the real world and some sort of scary, creepy horror world, so that I'm totally down to do. Once again, this is a game I already knew about and was super hyped for, so that didn't change, and I'm very much anticipating it. Number 1. Avowed. Now this game is just another kick in the nuts to Bethesda. Obsidian not only made a better Fallout game than Bethesda with Outer Worlds, now they're wanting to try and make an Elder Scrolls-like game before Bethesda ever puts another Elder Scrolls game out. And honestly, I'm all for it. Bethesda's been kind of lackluster as of late, and they could use a kick in the rear end to get them going. Now this was a very short teaser, so it could be a while before we ever see this game. But Obsidian did say they've been working on it for a while, so who knows, maybe it's further along than we think. Overall, I thought this was a really strong showcase for Microsoft. Don't get me wrong, I don't think it was perfect, or really did enough to take people away who are already happy with Sony. Honestly, I don't think there's anything else they could have brought to the table in terms of older IPs. I mean, Gears 5 is still relatively new, and they just released that Gears Tactic game. There was a rumored new Perfect Dark game, that wasn't there. Elden Ring is the only thing that I can think of that was really missing, that was expected, and maybe people were wanting a new Banjo game, but I'm sure Rare is busy with their game Everwild, so I doubt you're going to get Banjo anytime soon. Really, the strength of this conference was Game Pass itself. They said every single game in this showcase will be on Game Pass. So for just $15 a month, you're going to get to play these games on day one when they come out, so it's pretty awesome. So unquestionably, as of right now, Microsoft has the most consumer-friendly game console out there. It's honestly such a good value. I'm kind of curious how Microsoft and the developers are making money off of this. I mean, it's crazy. Anyway guys, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Feel free to comment and let me know whether you think this was a strong showcase for Microsoft or whether it was a weak one. Are you still going with Sony or Nintendo, or going to stick with your PC? Whatever way you're gaming, as long as you're having fun, that's really all that matters. Anyways, thank you so much for watching guys. I love you. Please be safe, and I'll see you on the next ChazmaN. See you guys.